would you like to learn about a cryptocurrency that could turn $10,000 into $1 million inside of 2 years? Or $1,000 into $100,000 inside of 2 years? I have just recently added this cryptocurrency to my bear market hit list of cryptocurrencies I want to accumulate during this bear period, because I believe this has a lot of promise, an incredible amount of gains to be unlocked, and I'm going to be sharing that with you in this video. So, if you don't know who I am, my name is Suppoman, your superhero of cryptocurrency. I find you the 100x gainers, and I want to make you rich from cryptocurrency. So join 112,500 fantastic people as I aim to create the next generation of wealthy, incredibly wealthy people that make FU money, essentially. Also, make sure you hit the bell notification, and if you love content like this, make sure you smash a like on this video. Now, let me just share this over to the good people of Twitter, and let me make sure... Oh, hold on. I put say send to Telegram. So bear with me. Share Twitter. Done. And then next of all, let me check you can hear me okay. Done. Yes, you can. Fantastic. Right, okay, so where do we sit at the moment? So first things first, I'm going to be explaining what is the state of play for the cryptocurrency market right now. And this will give you a good indication of where things are going for the mid-term, so that you are in the best position to not get caught out. Essentially, what happened to us in the last bull cycle. So this is my own interpretation of the bull cycle and what happened. Okay, so what this will show you, this is the Wall Street cheat sheet, which is essentially to show you how bull and bear markets play out. Now, I have essentially extrapolated this onto our last and present bull cycle and current bear cycle. All right, and this is to show you what I think is coming up. So, as you can see, we had a massive rise in cryptocurrency prices as we got into a bull market. However, what we never got was a euphoria. This square right, or the rectangle right here is blanking out euphoria. Euphoria would be the top of the bull market. We never had it. Instead, we had one peak, a big drop, which was June last year, and then we had another peak, which was just in excess of the last peak in April, and then bang, got caught out. There was no euphoria. People are saying there was a euphoria, Suppo. There wasn't. Euphoria is symbolized when you go over this 0.75 mark, and we never went over it. So we never mathematically hit the top of where we were supposed to hit. However, what we have done is we've gone straight back down to where we were in the Black Swan COVID event. I shouldn't have said that. Pandemic event back in March 2020. We have essentially gone right back to exactly where we were at the absolute lowest in terms of sentiment. So it just goes to show you that although we didn't have a top, we are most certainly going to have a devastating bottom. That did not sound right. And I don't think that that devastating bottom is going to be coming for a while, even from now. And I know that we have had some real bad action, but this is where I think we are at the moment. I think we are right here, and I think we've got the potential to drop lower and then even lower in 2023, save for a couple of maybe some bullish periods. But certainly where we are at the moment is that we have gone sideways. So if you are following me on my Suppoman's Crypto Analysis Telegram page, you will see what I've painted out to be the mid-term prognosis of the cryptocurrency market. But as we stand at the moment, fear and greed is at 13, which just goes to show you people are not scared enough. I'm going to show you more instances of that very, very shortly. So, what are the narratives currently that are going to be determining where the market goes? So, we have got this Bitcoin short ETF, which was granted and approved, even though a spot ETF was not granted and approved. And it's already launched, and there have been a massive amounts of Bitcoin shorts being opened up. So the ETF that has just been launched has essentially allowed for people to be able to capitalize and make money from Bitcoin going down, which is very likely to in this period. It only launched just over a week ago, and as a result of it launching, the price hasn't really gone anywhere, and it would not launch. There would not be the approval of a shorts ETF, a Bitcoin shorts ETF, if there wasn't an expectation from the higher powers that be of the price going much, much lower. So the chances is that this ETF is going to continue to make Bitcoin plunge. Three Arrows Capital has now officially gone into liquidation. So it is very likely now to be selling off of those assets, of which there's Near Protocol, Avalanche, Solana, Ethereum, and some very good assets such as Moonbeam, Mina, etc. So I showed you that list, and they are going to be liquidating those if they haven't already started doing so. Celsius, well, you tend to see what bad kind of acting has been going on in the background when the market goes down. That is what happened with BitConnect last time. BitConnect, everybody was loving. It was a top 10 cryptocurrency. And then as soon as the market showed signs of trouble, it was 1 month into the market showing signs of trouble, it collapsed. And Celsius is another one of those bad actors nobody really knew was acting bad in the background. Okay, the crypto lender reportedly made significantly under-collateralized loans and illiquid investments, leaving only a small buffer in the case of a downturn. So as a result of that, it's no surprise that things have started to collapse. And he, apparently anyway, without actually saying whether it's truth or not, he attempted to flee the US because Celsius are in dramatic trouble. All right, and all of these rumors that were circulating last week about them being bought out, I think was a load of shite, personally. I think it was just a way of a narrative trying to keep the market from going down because people, the institutions hadn't yet put their short ETFs in. So they needed for that to happen. The next this is what I think is going to lead to a big capitulation event, is the crypto mining community, or the Bitcoin mining community. Essentially, as electricity gets more expensive, the cost of mining becomes less profitable. And as we head on into a recession, those prices are going to be uncontrollable. So Bitcoin miners are without doubt going to be facing margin calls. They are going to have to liquidate, otherwise they're going to be making no money at all. And as a result of that, the hash rate is going to fall, the price is going to plummet, and we're going to have a minor capitulation. That minor capitulation, I think, is going to be what leads to us having, this dip and probably this dip. This next year is when I imagine that the recession is going to be at its worst. So anyway, so the mining, you can already see it peaked at 269 million terahashes, and now it has gone very recently, as of Friday the 17th of June, 162 million terahashes, and now it is at 219, so it's equidistant, but more on the low side. Now you are seeing, in the meantime, that the Bitcoin bulls are really trying to make the price survive and make Bitcoin survive above 20,000. So first of all, we have got Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, bought $10 million of Bitcoin in between May the 3rd and yesterday, essentially. So he bought 10 million in Bitcoin, basically at an average price of about $20,800. Do these people not learn? But then at the same time, 10 million to MicroStrategy is probably the equivalent of 1k to us. So that is probably his version of dollar cost averaging. So that is what I'm imagining he's doing. And he'll probably be plunging more millions into it. But I personally think that these kinds of narratives actually just fuel the likelihood of more dumps. And then we've got this from Barry Silbert, who is from Grayscale. Is going to be behind the Bitcoin ETF that is going to be a decision being made on in the next few weeks. And what he has said is, feels like we hit max pain and uncertainty in the crypto market. We're buying Bitcoin here. Let's go. This was on June the 17th. This was a day before Bitcoin went from $21,000 to $17,000. So it just goes to show that most people who are crypto or Bitcoin bulls regardless of the market, regardless of the macroeconomical situation, are trying to make the price go up. Engagement farming, look at that, engagement farming, and don't really have a bloody clue. They just don't have a clue. There's so many people right now, so many YouTubers, so many influencers, so many kind of, influential people that are saying that we're at the bottom. Max Payne's been hit. I mean, I can't confirm or deny that that's definitely guaranteed the case. But come on, let's be honest. It's very, very unlikely, highly unlikely. And anyway, we've got these Bitwise and Grayscale Bitcoin spot ETFs in the running for being decided upon very, very soon. But spot ETF approval hopes are running very low. In my personal opinion, because there's going to be two decision deadlines. July the 1st for Grayscale, with a deadline of July the 6th. That makes no bloody sense. Oh no, Bitwise is July the 1st. Grayscale is July the 6th. Okay, so literally in weeks' time, there's going to be decisions made. Now, let's be honest, and I agree with this guy here, Bloomberg artificial analyst, James, who closely tracks ETFs, says he views the approval of either application as highly unlikely. The SEC has been clear about what it wants to see before giving the light to a spot Bitcoin product. It needs to see basically a market of significant size and surveillance sharing agreements. It essentially wants to make sure that there is regulation. Now, I don't agree with regulation, but I do think that is the most likely time to see an approval. And I think that regulation framework is being worked out right now. It's going to probably be coming into force sometime within the next year. And as a result of that, I do foresee that an ETF will be granted after regulations have come in. I don't agree with it. I think that regulations are a bad idea. I think that cryptocurrency is almost transparent enough. You don't need regulation because you know where transactions is happening. It's just basically centralized power wanting centralized power. They want centralized view of who's spending what and who identifies with what address, etc. But I don't think that we are going to be seeing that Bitcoin ETF happening anytime soon. The market's just not ready for it. Why would there be approval of a short Bitcoin ETF when there is likely to be a spot ETF, which is a bullish thing, likely to be coming? It's just not going to happen. Right, okay. Just before I move on to what will be that 100x cryptocurrency that I foresee has incredible promise, let me just say hello to you guys, because I love you guys. And also, it's 323 of you. And I know what it's like. I am so engrossed sometimes in content that I forget to press the like button. So if you could be so kind right now and just smash that like button. I mean, don't smash it, because you might actually not make it animate in front of you. But just tap it anyway. And then let me see what you guys are saying. So who we got now? So we've got Lisa Shell. We've got Chakdar, Powell, CC, Lindsay, Severns, Crypto G, Uncle Sam, Life as a Trader, Daniel Larson, T. Taylor, Shinji, John Kratama, Julian Tapia, June Bug Smith, John Hutton, Al Rivers, Paul Stevens, Marcus, Mi Zwa. I know you said how to say it, but I still don't know how to say it these days. Mason, Viresh, McMag, Blaine, Buddy Holidays, great to see you in the house. Cryptonimus, Jamie Taylor, Arif Glinbert, great to see you guys. James Jeffers, hold on a minute. Suppoman has to get banned from YouTube twice for it to be the end of the bear market. Awesome. Crypto Studio 24/7, J Sun, JC. Lawrence, having content like this is super informative. We have a long bear market ahead of us. Everybody simply needs to strap in and smash the like button. Better days are coming. Just hang in there. That is fantastic. And thank you very much for the 10 euros, Lawrence. I fully appreciate that, and I agree with you. I think good days are coming up. I think that the market going down is actually supremely good news. Because, as I've mentioned before, stop worrying. Alright? Stop bloody worrying. Okay? Crypto isn't going to die. It's an illusion. Right? In a bull market, the illusion is very, very strong. Everything's bloody incredible, even if it's a crappy meme coin that's been created by some idiot in a basement with no experience at all, that has a little bit of money that they may have made from another shit coin that they put to act as liquidity when they created a new Binance Smart Chain coin, and people traded it, and even that crap went up. Because in a bull market, it's an illusion, and in a bear market, it's an illusion. In a bull market, the illusion is you're going to make money, and in a bear market, the illusion is you're going to lose money. However, if you stick at it, if you invest in strong assets, they will make a comeback. All right? So stop worrying. There's no need to worry at all. All right? Crypto is only going to get stronger. Bitcoin has died 500 times, and it continues to survive and thrive, as will most cryptocurrencies. So honestly, cool your jets. It's all fine. We want the days where we are seeing the prices plummet, because although we know cryptocurrency is going nowhere, although we know really strong cryptocurrencies exist, right now the illusion's being created that allows them to dump in price, and we can buy them at the best prices and make FU money. Make stripper... Oh, sorry, that was sexist. But make insane retirement money. And that is what we should be looking to achieve. Don't hope for prices to go up. If you hope for prices to go up, what do you gain by it? Fine, your portfolio goes up, but it's going to go up anyway, right? Buy when they're... I don't want to say when it's blood on the streets, because it's one of the most irritating phrases. Who else have we got? We've got Mishana, Glenn, Frank, Mauritis, Nizar, Monica from Brazil, Outback Crypto, Dashti, Ray Campbell, Travel Troll, Outback, Habib, Jimmy, Todd M, Visnu, Carl. I will get to more questions after I have spoken about the next 100x cryptocurrency. So bear with me once again while I get it up. And the presentation. So, first of all, before we do that, I want to make a little presentation for you guys so that you understand the mentality right now. Because I've got loads of people saying, Suppo, what do you think of this shitcoin? What do you think of that shitcoin? What do you think of this low market coin? What do you think of this low market cap? What do you think of this whatever, some junk coin, right? I got lots of people asking me about crap coins right now. And what I'm saying is, I am not focused on crap coins. I am focused on strong blue chip coins right now. The reason why is because of the following. All right? So this is why I've changed my strategy. So in bull markets, as we know, bull market equals greed. It means that people just make money. It doesn't really matter how shite a coin it is. It doesn't matter if it's a dog coin or a fox coin or a pig coin or some stupid idiot financial DeFi crap. Doesn't matter. It goes up because of greed. Everybody's positively speculating. The market's going up, everything's going up. So of course, everything, even if it's crap and not fundamentally sound, goes up. Now, new projects rise 100x easily in a bull market. Why? Because although they have no network effect, there is no growth factored in. It's starting from zero. That means that in between 0 and euphoria, which is where the bull market peaks, you can make 100x easy. And let's face it, we did that a lot. I did, must have been about 50, 60 videos or so. And I called around about, I would say, about 40 100x pluses. And there was about 30 that was over 200x. Why? Because it's easy to make money when you're starting from 0 and you've got a potential long ride to euphoria. But blue chip projects at that time, you will not hear me talking about blue chip projects during a bull market. Why? Because it's got its prior growth factored in. You buy it during the dip in a bear market because it was around during a bear market. And as a result of that, when we get into the bull market, it's already got some growth into it. It's already maybe gone up 10x, maybe already gone up 30x. So given that it's already got growth factored into it, it's not going to make 100x. It may do a 10 to 30x because it's got the network effect, but the prior growth has already been factored in. So therefore, it's quick and easy 100x gains in getting into new projects, because from 0 to the Euphoria peak, you can get anything from 100 to 1000x. And I picked out 2 of those in the last bull market. But in a bear market, it's fear. People sell. People are worried. People are capitulating. People are fearing. People are losing money on a day-to-day basis. It's a very different time altogether. And as a result of that, new projects tank 100x plus. They go right back to their IDO price and even lower, because only in a bear market does price reflect network effect to an extent. And because new projects, although they had 0 growth when you got into it, they had a small window to create network effect, and that time is not enough. So as a result of that, price reflects network effect. They haven't built any, so they tank. They tank and they die. All right, pretty much. There's some survive. I'm not saying all new projects die, but most new projects die. But in bear markets, blue chip projects also tank 100x. They don't necessarily go 100x plus, but they do go down maybe 80%, 100%. But the great thing in a bear market is that price does not reflect network effect for blue chip projects. Look at Ethereum. Today, Ethereum is $1,100. It's the same price it was in 2017, before we had CryptoPunks, Bored Apes, DeFi, Metaverse, decentralized social media, meme coins, Uniswap, decentralized apps. Before any of this stuff, right? All this stuff has built value in Ethereum. You know, just the NFTs themselves, let alone DeFi and other trends like move to earn and metaverse and things that have come up in a bull market. All of those things that have built network effect for Ethereum has not mattered, because at the moment the Ethereum price does not reflect the network effect, which is awesome. So for new projects, it reflects network effect. There was none, so they die. But for blue chip projects, they don't reflect network effect, because the network effect has been built. There's so much substance, so many strong fundamentals, but the price does not reflect it. Seeing that we're at the price of Ethereum back in 2017 right now just goes to show you what an opportunity we've got. But I think that there are better opportunities to come. So, as a result of that, slow but easy 100x's for blue chips, because they survive and thrive. Not only can you get into them because they lose 100x of what they have built in a bear and the bull market trajectory of the last period, and that completely goes down right to the bottom. You know, not only do they cancel that out, but they are likely to grow upon multiple cycles. Multiple cycles like Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been around 4 cycles. Most of these cryptos are going to be around, most of the blue chips are going to be around for at least 2 cycles. So therefore, slow but easy 100x for blue chips, because they survive and thrive. And yes, there is an appetite of greed. People do want to get into the next big thing, the next big maybe infrastructure or layer 1, the next big launch pad, the next big move to earn, the next big metaverse project. But the fact of the matter is why go for something with 0 network effect when you could get into a blue chip with 100% network effect, but the price does not reflect that? To me, that makes no sense. So therefore, yes, I will still degen into some projects, but the time to make incredible wealth is by getting into these strong cryptocurrencies that have lost all of their price action, but still retain the network effect, their community and their hodlers, because they are likely to survive and thrive. So, with that in mind, a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. All cryptocurrency investments are risky. Do not buy without doing your own research. And all views and predictions expressed here are personal opinion and for educational purposes. So what is the cryptocurrency that can 100x within 2 years? Well, I believe it's this one, the Sandbox, which currently is experiencing an 88% loss. So why Sandbox? Well, because Sandbox is a virtual metaverse. It's a virtual world, and it is the blue chip of metaverses in cryptocurrency. You saw this week that a big, Goldman Sachs, looking to buy Celsius was a load of crap, right? However, Facebook are very likely to want to buy Sandbox. Why would Goldman Sachs buy a pile of crap DeFi product that has burnt loads of people and lost a load of trust, when Facebook Meta, looking to take over the virtual metaverse world, could buy the next biggest thing in the cryptocurrency landscape, which is Sandbox. So it's a virtual world. It's going to be opened up. It's currently opening up to Web3. So essentially it's a web-based metaverse world. But they are looking to bring this out on Xbox and PlayStation and make this a console game as well. So you are going to actually be able to have NFTs, in-game assets, cryptocurrencies actually transacted on a mainstream system like Xbox and PlayStation, which are arguably the biggest consoles that exist today. So this is an ecosystem for players and for creators, because you can create on the Sandbox. So therefore, it is crypto Minecraft. Minecraft, if you've ever played it, and you'll know if you saw my Top 10 Tubers channel, that I played Minecraft. And Minecraft is essentially an open world where you can create your own worlds, create your own shops, you can customize your land. This is the equivalent. Not only can you play here, but you can create here as well. So the Sandbox was established in 2012. So it's got 10 years as a reputable business. All right. Now, they are going to be bringing 5,000 play-to-earn games. 5,000. That is fundamentals on a next level tier. They also have a an NFT marketplace which allows it to A, rival the likes of OpenSea, and B, allows for the Sand token to have incredible value, because this is what you use to purchase NFTs. Just like how you use ApeCoin to buy Bored Ape NFTs, just like you would use Ethereum to buy OpenSea, well, traditionally anyway, you use Sand to buy from the Sandbox marketplace. You've got land. That land is owned by very famous entities in cryptocurrency. But within that land, you can build, you can sell, and you can rent. Obviously, once you've bought it. So you've got multiple utility with that land. You've also got assets that can be created by anybody and sold via the Sandbox. Everything done via the Sandbox. Rather than you having to create it with your own software, you do it via the Sandbox and you can generate revenue with Sandbox. And the Sandbox token allows you to have governance on the actual platform, so you can have rights to vote and decide how it moves forward as a decentralized infrastructure. But also you can stake it so that you can earn a yield as well. So who owns land in the Sandbox? Well, Binance, Gemini, CoinMarketCap, Atari, Snoop Doggy Dogg, The Walking Dead. There's others as well, like Lionsgate, the Smurfs, Deadmau5, and there are 2 million users. 2 million registered users. That basically says massive fundamentals. Now, who are the partners and backers? This is also very strong for the longevity of this cryptocurrency. Binance Labs, Coinbase Ventures, Animoca Brands, Lionsgate, who are massive in the animated world, Time, and SoftBank, which is one of the biggest institutional investors in the entire world. So that is an external to crypto investor that is huge. So if you're interested in this, how can you possibly make $1 million with 10k in 2 years? Well, by buying at 20 to 30 cents. It's currently $1, and I'm going to show you in a minute that I've already bought some of this at 80 cents or just under 80 cents. The all-time high was $8.40. If you can buy at 20 to 30 cents, which I think is definitely going to hit, not financial advice, then you are likely to make a 100x. Why? Because they have got 6-month unlocks happening right now. So they have one in December, they're going to have one this month, they're going to have another one next December, well, this December coming, and there's going to be another one 6 months after that. Every time they unlock tokens, it dilutes the price, and then that vesting period will end very soon. So that means that its entire supply will be out, and then from there it can have a very, very good inflation. In fact, deflation, potentially. It is likely to have all of its coins out, and therefore there'll probably be some form of actually those tokens being spent or burnt, and therefore it be deflationary over time. So because of these unlocks, it actually opens up the ability to be able to get it at 20 to 30 cents. So don't buy it now, in my opinion. Do not buy it now. Buy it when the unlocks take place. There's going to be one, as either one's happened or is about to happen, and there's going to be another one in December. There's going to be another one 6 months after that, and these unlocks are all happening in the period of this bear market. So that means that you're going to potentially be able to get this at 20 to 30 cents. And that, I am confident, is going to make you filthy rich because of the fundamentals, because this is going to be a console game, and it's going to be massive. And the likelihood is that Meta or Facebook are probably going to buy this at some point. And yeah, only this week were there rumours of that happening, and it went up 20%. So it just goes to show what would happen if they actually did it. So there we are, Marble Arch. So let me give you some more data. Okay, so I actually bought the sandbox. I'm glad that this came up okay. So these are my executed buys. As you can see, I got some good ones-ish. I got near at 319. This was my dollar cost averaging. And this was on roughly around about the day that we went right down. Okay, so 319 for near. The sandbox I actually bought at 79 cents. At 80 cents. So yeah, it's over $1 now. But I'm just showing you that this has gotten down to 80 cents when I bought it. So it just goes to show that with the bloodbaths that are coming, that it's very likely this could hit 20 to 30 cents. And then this is likely to be one of the biggest powerhouse metaverse projects in cryptocurrency. One that you can just invest in at a low and just let it ride. Let it ride. Okay? So, the sandbox. Do not buy it yet. There will be plenty of opportunity to buy this later. As you can see also on here, I bought Moonbeam pretty high as well. I bought Ocean at 18.6 cents. That's still, and I bought Gala at 5.3 cents. So these buys are doing quite well at the moment. So yeah. So look, these are the guys that are all invested in the sandbox. Like, it is a powerhouse with the price kind of reflecting it right now. It's $1 billion market cap. Now, if this goes to 20 cents, this is essentially going to be roughly about 300 million, which I think is fantastic for something that is likely to be a multiple $billion, I think maybe 3-figure $billion cryptocurrency and project in the future. Right, okay, there are some more bits of information, but yeah, I think that I've given you enough. So now, let's go to the Q&A bit and see what you guys are saying. And let me know, show of hands, yes or no, does the sandbox appeal to you or not? So yes or no, yes or no. Let me know in the comments. In the meantime, let me just get rid of somebody on this channel that keeps on spamming weird stuff. Thoughts on Marlin? Very low cap. I mean, I brought you Marlin like now a year and a half ago. Like I talked about it, and yeah, I think it's very strong. I just don't think that it's actually had a chance yet. I don't think that I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. The layer 1 narrative has not played out at all yet. I mean, you've got Cosmos, you've got Polkadot, you've got Marlin. Marlin's very much on the low end. You know, Marlin is, and it's quite aged as well. It's been around a while. So, yeah, Marlin could still do well, in my opinion. They have got the venture backers behind it that can help it, you know, really fly. Let's see if we've got that on Masari, actually. I don't really use the Whale app anymore. I now use Masari. because it's pretty damn cool. And it's much quicker as well to negotiate through. So let's have a look and see. Yeah, the investors of Marlin are insane. Fenbushi, NGC, Coinbase, Binance, Arrington, AU21. They're insane. They are insane. But it just hasn't yet, the value hasn't yet really found Marlin. But I like it. It's a good narrative, layer 0, but it just hasn't quite, I don't think people quite get it. You know, only layer 1s have only really just started to have a narrative as it is. Suppo, Tommy Viles, your message is held for review, but I can read it here. That you like the I appreciate that. Yes, no too rich for some reason. Yes, no, yes. The thing is that you've got to kind of invest in what you believe in, okay? And the thing about the sandbox is that it probably doesn't necessarily... People don't necessarily massively relate to it because it's a metaverse play. All right, so you've got to kind of like games. You've got to kind of see where games are going. You've got to have an appreciation for the entire ecosystem and have a knowledge of the history and all of that to know where it's going. You know, when Minecraft came out, if people had the ability to have invested in that, most people wouldn't have because they wouldn't have understood it. They wouldn't have got it. It wouldn't have been until later when it's obvious why it did well that people would have realised what a mistake they made. So you kind of got to invest in what you believe in. Sandbox fits in nicely with what I believe in. Like, I love the idea of the metaverse. I love the idea of virtual reality. I have a virtual reality headset. I like to explore the metaverse. I think it's a fantastic ecosystem where the future lies. And you've just got to have an appreciation for that. And also, I'm a gamer. So, you know, I play on the Xbox, I play on the PlayStation, and knowing that the sandbox is going to have existence on that as well as Web3 says to me that I think it's very strong, but it's very personal to me and I like it. And the fact that it's a blue chip shows you that obviously it's respected as a business. It's got the best of the best of it. It's got Binance, Animoca, Coinbase. It's got brands loving it. You've got Snoop Dogg that recently had like a party venue on the sandbox. He's also owns land on the sandbox. He's made sandbox characters, and you've got Times Square that's going to be built. You've got districts and estates that are being built. You know, land is going to have a lot of value here. Now, I also like Decentraland. I think Decentraland, although I don't think it's necessarily brilliant, neither is Roblox. Brilliant, but it doesn't matter. It's got the network effect. Roblox and Minecraft have the network effect. Decentraland and Sandbox have the network effect. So Sandbox is Minecraft. Decentraland is more like Roblox. And they are both going to be the leaders. And it doesn't matter how many other games you try and create or clones you try and create to be as good as them. Those two are still going to be the standout best ones. And so I personally really believe in the metaverse and believe that these are going to be the unicorns that come out of cryptocurrency. Thoughts on UFO Gaming? I agree. I think UFO Gaming, if you don't already know, is already in my bear market hit list. And it is a riskier play. But UFO Gaming, as it stands right now as a micro cap, is one of those cryptocurrencies that has essentially been absolutely flawed. So if we look, the market cap at one point, I don't know why CoinMarket doesn't do this anymore, so I'm just going to have to do this zoomy crap. Yeah, it was 1.01 billion at one point, with 14.9 million in volume. And now what we've got is we've got a $29 million market cap. So this has gone down so dramatically. And similar to Gala Games, this is looking to create this is a development house essentially. So it's 98% down on its all-time high, but it's still 223% more than its all-time low, which is surprising if I'm honest with you. But I think it's got much further to fall. It will probably be more equidistant between the two, the all-time high and the all-time low, when it actually bottoms, I think. But what I don't like about UFO Gaming is it seems kind of all seems to be revolving around this kind of single player game at this present time. So all you really see is a Super Galactic. That's it right now. Super Galactic. That's all they've got. And that is why I don't necessarily... I don't see it anywhere near as strong as Gala. Obviously, the price reflects, but at the same time, so does the long-term trajectory. The long-term trajectory will be with Gala. Gala is kind of like the Ocean Software of this generation. Ocean Software was a company. If you're not au fait with kind of games history, then Ocean, if you're a gamer, basically they used to make licensed games. So they made like Bart Simpson, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, James Bond, RoboCop, Platoon. They made all of these games that were licensed games, and I think Gala are going down pretty much the same avenue. So they are looking to partner up with big brands. So as you can see, Town Crush is basically like a version of Farmville, and Walking Dead Empires is a partnership with The Walking Dead. And that just goes to show you that these guys have got that potential to be the next big game development company. So, yeah, Gala Games I foresee is much stronger than UFO for the long term. But UFO could be good for one cycle anyway. Depends on if it can survive. Right, that was quite a long answer, was it not? So let's see if there are other thoughts on TCG. I've looked at that before, and it just looks like a massive shitcoin, if I'm honest with you. But let's have a look. 120,000 volume. Like, it's just pointless. Like, at least with UFO, it's a 29 million market cap with 1.2 million volume. So you can see that although it's like, what is it? Like a tenth. It's probably a 20th. The volume is a 20th of its market cap. That at least is a much better position than this, which is like a 500th of its market cap. Like, it looks like a sack of crap. Like, it looks like something to just stay away from. And it's on shit exchanges. That obviously could change. But it just looks like a sack of crap. It probably won't survive that long. It's probably a degen play. It's not my kind of one. Hey Super, have you heard of Luna 1? No. And do I want to? No. What about Stratos? Do you think it's a good pick for this bear market? Yeah, it could be actually. It's definitely a risky play. We are now pretty much right back down to IDO price. This was like pre-sale price. Like, the pre-sale price was about 10 cents. And the IDO price was about 30 cents. So we're under that. This was once upon a time a $5 coin. And they have got their mainnet coming out, I think, within the next few months. Or within the next quarter. Within the next couple of quarters anyway. They've got their proper mainnet coming out. And I think this has the potential to be like, kind of like a Polygon in a way. Where you kind of invest in it when it really has sunk to its depths. And then you just ride it and see how it goes. And you take the risk off the table. Because if you get this at the bottom, it's a layer one, it's an infrastructure, it's a content delivery network. It utilizes a data mesh, which is essentially, it utilizes decentralized computer storage, a decentralized file management system, decentralized database, Oracle. It's basically a superstructure, and it's got Fenbushi as an investor. I think that Stratos have got a long way ahead, but they could do very well over the course of time. I think they need to do a lot of work on branding. I think they need to build a better brand. I think the branding is really weak at the moment. Like I think it's just it could just look better. So yeah, but I think that over the course of time, the proof will be in the pudding. They're building an ecosystem. They're building Arweave at the moment. No, not Arweave. Airwave. I always confuse the two. So that is going to be its utilization of the technology. And of course, the founder of this is the guy that created the architecture for Pornhub. So respect. Buddy Holidays not reaching euphoria in the bull market. Does that invalidate the market cycle theory a bit? Could it be we're experiencing a new kind of market flow? No, I don't think so. I think that we just literally had it stop short this year. It's always worked this way, and this is not just a crypto market cycle. This is a general market cycle for assets. It just happens to have a fantastic correspondence with Bitcoin. But we have never had an economic scenario where we've got at the moment. We have never had a pandemic that has led to a stimulus, that led to money being pumped into the economy, that then resulted in too much money having been pumped into the economy, and now the opposite needing to happen. So that has, I suppose, been an exception. So this is the rule. What we typically have as a rule is we have a euphoria and we have this whole structure as a rule. What we've had this time round is an exception. Okay, I don't think it's going to happen again. Or if it happens, it'll happen one more time, which will probably be the next cycle. Unless we get out of this perpetual cycle where it's like money being taken out, money pumped back in, money being taken out, money pumped back in. As a kind of, trying to do a Celsius, like just trying to keep above water. Because we're in dire economic times right now. So you never know, what could happen in the kind of long term, like in the next kind of 5 years. You don't know if we're going to have a long-term exception to the rule, or if it's going to be short-term and by the next halving it'll be back to normal. But no, I think that on this time round, I think for this cycle we have had a slight exception, which was you didn't hit euphoria, but we had everything else. We had the lead up to euphoria, and we certainly had some good peaks, which were 3x the price of Bitcoin previously in the previous bull market, and we are definitely now having the crash and the fallout and the capitulation and depression that will come with it. But no, I wouldn't say that it's invalidated permanently. I'd say what we've got in these circumstances is an exception to the rule. Do we have any more questions? Kumra something or other. 499. Sorry if I butchered your name. Elrond or Algorand? Definitely Elrond. Definitely Elrond, because Elrond is going to be essentially like Bitcoin. It's going to have very, very low to non-existent inflation rate. Suppo, I owe you dinner for Utrust from 2017. That's very sweet of you. Let me see how Utrust is doing. So Utrust are actually were bought out by Elrond, and that gives you an indication of their kind of takeover. Jesus Christ, this is really danged. Yeah, my God, Mustasine. This was getting up to near its. But I think that Utrust is a good project still, and I think under Elrond they're possibly stronger. I think they're going to be able to have more network effect under Elrond for sure. What's going on with USDT? What is going on with USDT? What's going on? Nothing. I don't understand the question. XRP thoughts? Shit. Invest money wisely. Ethereum, Mana, Dot, Chainlink from Robert. I agree with that. I really do think that Chainlink is a strong one. Decentraland is a strong one. Dot. I mean, Moonbeam is one of my top picks. And of course, Moonbeam kind of has to do... if Polkadot does well, Moonbeam will do well. So I kind of want Polkadot to do well. But do I think it's that great? Do I care? No. I don't really give a shit about it, to be fair. I don't really care that much for Polkadot. I know it sounds bad, but I don't. But I do like the technology, and that technology, I think, is unlocked with Moonbeam. So I don't care for Polkadot, if I'm honest with you. What was that? Naef Harmal. What was the question? Daily Thompson, best game on the Spectrum 48K, best game ever when it loaded. Ah, man, yes. I love that game. There are other good metaverse plays, by the way. There is Star Atlas. I think this will be a good one to buy at the bottom. You know, essentially, when I say at the bottom, I'm not necessarily saying you are going to time the bottom perfectly, but I think if Bitcoin is kind of between 8 and 12k, that's bottom area to me. That's bottoming area. I think if you're buying around about that time, that's as good a time as you can get. And Star Atlas have actually brought out some alpha on their game. It looks great. I'm going to make, I think, a dedicated video on that at some point. And then there's another one. Which one is it? What was the other one? Bear with me. Let me have a look. Maybe on my history. Sweet little history. No. But it's in that... Ah, yeah, Illuvium. Illuvium's another good one. I think this will be strong. Yeah, I would... If you can, try and get Illuvium at like $30. If Illuvium goes to $30, try and get it. Because I think that Illuvium looks incredible. The alpha, the beta footage that they've launched looks insane. So, yeah, that's another strong one. But, you know, Star Atlas, Illuvium, they're a bit higher risk than Decentraland Sandbox. Decentraland Sandbox are much bigger ecosystems, generally. And they have definitely got the whale buy-in. But having said that, you know, if we rewind a year ago, they didn't necessarily have that buy-in like they have now. They didn't have that network effect like they've got now. And so if you get in pre-network effect on a coin, and I think Illuvium, it could be one of those coins, then you could do very well. Thoughts on Cadena? I love Cadena, as you should know. It's in my hit list. Oh, hold on. Got some super chats here. So first one from Bradford Pretorius. Hey Suppo, slightly off topic. Are you picking up burns or just hodling moves? At this point, I'm just hodling moves, but I saw that burns made a really good... I know it's being marketed pretty strong by the Bluezilla Marketing Consortium, but I've not really concentrated at all on small plays at the moment. Thank you for the question. Also, thank you very much for the $5, Bradford. And I also think that moves is likely to do very well over time, because you know, if you look at the likes of FitFi and Steppen, they've done very, very well despite the bearish market. So look, 10 million in volume. It's essentially 3/4 of its market cap, which is pretty amazing. Shows you there's a lot of interest in it. Okay, so Ryan K, Blocktopia. Any some chance of a comeback for Blocktopia? There's always a chance of a comeback. There's always a chance. You know, the thing is that there's a lot of plays, and fundamentally you'll realize the cream rises to the top, and only certain risky plays may do well. You know, so yeah, I think Blocktopia was quite a big ecosystem for what I can remember. You know, they had land sales, they have NFTs, they got Metaverse, they have a launch pad, built and backed by Polygon. I mean, you never know. It could do well. Would I invest in it? No, I wouldn't. Even though it has a chance of doing well, I'm not interested in it because there's too many. It's too congested. Metaverse and play to earn is too congested an ecosystem. It's better to go for the Bitcoin versions of them because the money flow always goes into them. Like, even if people make a shit ton of money in Blocktopia, if they believe in Metaverse and once Blocktopia may start to die, they'll pump their money into either Sandbox or Decentraland. So Sandbox and Decentraland sits as the Bitcoin for all of that money flow that want to go into Metaverse and the money flow that gets created by small cap Metaverse plays. So therefore, I think that the better play is something a bit more blue chip. But just wait for the blue chip, because if we have a look, we have a look at market cap. Where did this achieve at its highest? So at its highest, it achieved 1.1 billion. And if we have a look at Sandbox, it's virtually at that now. So why risk? Why risk it, essentially? You know, Blocktopia has pretty much gotten to where Sandbox is right now. And Sandbox, everybody's talking about Sandbox and nobody's talking about Blocktopia. But I think that, you know, even when Blocktopia went down as of kind of February, 200 million, I think this is where the Sandbox could get to. So why risk it with Blocktopia? That's my point of view. And me talking about that mentality I was just taking you through, about why go for the low caps. They're high risk, and you could really fuck up. Why is Optimism pumping? I think Optimism is pumping because they've kind of gotten through the FUD. They got through the hacker, and the people who had it as an airdrop probably gotten rid of it. Or the people that haven't gotten rid of it probably want to hodl it, and this is a potential competitor to Polygon. It's a potential competitor to Polygon that I don't think many people have an appreciation for. Like last week, this was, how much was this in market cap? So I'm gonna give it to me now. Oh yeah, because it hasn't really been done. But 40 cents. Is that the lowest it's been? Yeah, 40 cents. How much did I buy it at? 53. Yeah, so Optimism is a pretender. It's a competitor to Polygon, and it's only just come out, so there's way more upside to it. And you know, I remember when Matic was having very similar days back when it was, you know, 0.004 of a cent. It would have days of like 50% because it's a bullish project. I think it's a strong project. Odin, love you super. Thank you very much, Odin. Utrust has 10k plus merchants already. Yeah. I met Utrust. I used their platform. I bought a hoodie on their platform. Bloody excellent. And if I'm honest with you, yeah, because they're partnered up with Watches World as well. So Watches World. Let's go to the non-ad version. So you go to Watches World and you type in, let's say, Rolex as an example. Let's pick a nice one. No, let's go for this Datejust. Because it's only £10,000, which is about $13,000. And there we are. We accept cryptocurrencies with Utrust. So look at that. I could right now use my Utrust and buy this watch instead of having to go via Rolex, which, if you go via Rolex, you may be waiting a long time. So yeah, so this just goes to show you the use case for Utrust. Okay, they're going to have way more partnerships over time, but this is one of the partnerships I really like. Their Watches World partnership. Let's have a look and see how Bitcoin is doing at the moment. It's gone as low as 19.8k today. And how long have I been online? I don't want to be online too long. 58 minutes. That's pretty good. If we could have a quick roll call, like spike, I would be very appreciative, people. It motivates me to keep coming on and doing more videos. And I know that at this present time, it's such a good time to do video. For me, it is anyway. Oh yeah, by the way, just smash that, just smash it. For me, it's a juicy time in cryptocurrency. Like, there's a big shortage of content right now. A lot of YouTubers, what I've noticed anyway, are trying to get you to go to their Bybit or whatever and do sniping and stupid shit like that, right? And I don't agree with it. That doesn't necessarily mean that I think they're terrible, but I think that there is a real lack of quality content right now, and just pointless moon speak. Like a video I saw yesterday. What was the video I saw? Let me just have a look. It was something like, where is it? A huge rally starts now. Anyway, like that kind of content is shit. Right? I just have no idea. It's like trying to create an atmosphere for derivatives trading or on Bybit and all that junk, right? And yeah, like having real quality content at this time, which is grounded, which has no agenda, no bias, no want to shill any shit, just a pure channel where you can get great analysis, a great kind of understanding of what are the strongest coins that are going to really build a retirement fund, you know, is what you kind of get from me. So, you know, so I like making content at a time like this, even though the views aren't brilliant, but they are at the same time. It's a great time, and it's a challenging time as well. So, yeah, there we are. Right, I'm going to take a couple more quality questions. Let me have a look and see if there are any. And I'm just talking about... good to see you, Bernard. What do you think about Phantom? I like it. Is your bear hit list safe from incoming regulations? The only thing that's safe from incoming regulations is probably Bitcoin and Bitcoin. I don't think Ethereum either. Both of them have been classified as non-securities. Everything's still a risk, you know, but it all depends on how they conducted their IDOs. And from what I have seen, you know, certainly the things that are in my hit list, they are ones that are kosher cryptocurrency. They're good businesses. They raise money the correct way. They should be fine. Yeah, they should be fine. But you never know. A lot of these infrastructures, they're not DeFi. There's no real promise of profits. They're utilities. Most of these are utility tokens. So I would be very surprised if any of these were an issue. Super, any thought Astro Go don't know it? I'm not going to do reviews on shit. So I wouldn't ever push for that. I'm only gonna do talk about cryptocurrencies that are likely to survive the long term, and that is what my bear market hit list is about. If you deviate from that, then but you're a strong cryptocurrency, I may consider it. But if you're talking about shitty low caps, just forget it. Do you know any car related cryptos? Depends on what you mean by car. Obviously, there's car vertical, but less said about that, the better. And is it Rev? Rev was a pretty good coin once upon a time. It's massively died now, but I think this had associations with motor racing and things like that. But right now, I think this has probably got very little adoption or very little interest, in fact. Evmos, Juno, shit. They're just, at the end of the day, they're just distractions. You know, they're just cryptos that are like, oh, this could do well. No, forget it. Like, in a bear market, I just showed you my rationale. I just showed you the comparison. Like, in a bear market, you are getting strong-ass cryptocurrencies. And I'm not just talking about the top 100. I'm talking about like Moonbeam and Cadena and ones like that. You know, you're getting strong-ass cryptocurrencies that have built network effect. The price doesn't reflect it. You are as good as getting it at a low cap. You know, and they are likely to last multiple cycles. So why go for something that's going to last half a cycle, a fifth of a cycle? Most of these shit coins that are just temporary distractions. They flush out the weak hands, of which they should be weak, because these shitcoins don't deserve any hands at all, and then they just die. So why bother? Right, okay, I think that's it. Hi Suppo, what do you think about launch pads? I've answered that question ad nauseum on my channel, and launch pads are great in a bull market, but they're not good in a bear market. I've just shown you new projects versus established projects. Like, they are not great for sustainable. They are not great for bear markets. So you either, you just hodl what you've got or sell it if it's still at a profit, and rebuy back later. But you just don't know what the landscape will look like. You don't know when the market's going to recover. Being honest about it, some people have said it will take years. I don't think it will take years. I think it will take a year and a half maybe before, and then a lead up towards the halving. I think we'll be a lot out of a lot of the shit by end of next year, beginning of 2024. But you just never know what's going to be around at that point. Is there going to be a new type of launchpad? A launchpad's going to be regulated? Who knows? Okay, I can't tell you. All I can say is that the bear market hit list is what I think is definitely the strongest accumulation coins. Crypto Studio 24/7. Any advice for a brand new crypto YouTuber? It's not easy to launch a crypto YouTube channel in the bear market, because there's a dwindling audience even for the strongest YouTubers. Even the strongest YouTubers, some of which have like 500, 400,000 subscribers, are just about getting over 20k viewers. So if you're a small crypto YouTube channel, then likelihood is you probably won't get that many. So what I would suggest is being niche, so that you get at least a community. So there's this one YouTuber I watched. His name's like Crypto Power Talk or something like that. I find him hilarious. And he just did videos on like Hex, Pulse Chain, PulseX, and that got him a concentrated viewership. If you talk about coins that every YouTuber talks about, if you talk about like the blue chips, you're gonna get completely ignored. You have to talk about stuff where the big YouTubers aren't talking about it, but there is interest. So you concentrate on a niche. If I was to concentrate on a niche, I would probably concentrate on, maybe low cap layer ones. I don't know. I would try and concentrate on a niche segment. I might even just like be a YouTuber for just one particular ecosystem, like Solana or even actually maybe Pulse Chain and stuff like that, because there's so much demand for those videos. Quant has a very small supply. I don't care about Quant, but I think Quant's probably pretty good actually. I'm very optimistic. Institutions losing most credibility. Yeah. I think we're going to eventually. I mean, this is why crypto is the economy of the future, because there is already distrust for institutions. We already don't trust the big institution, which is governments. We already don't trust presidents, prime ministers, ministers, politics. We don't believe in them anymore, and the same with banks. We don't believe in them anymore. They're just losing trust, and eventually that flow of trust is going to come into the trustless ecosystem, which is cryptocurrency. To that extent, I think that there needs to be regulation, because if the mass market come into cryptocurrency, the last thing I want is for them to get burnt by some shit rug pull cryptocurrency like Squid Game or something like that. So, but this is the ecosystem of the future. Alright, I think that's it. I think I'm going to make a move now. Love your content. Let's go crypto. Keep it up. Oh, that's not even to me. Thoughts about High Street? Small, risky. Wouldn't bother. Is your bullish stance on Moonbeam based on the fact that .use it? It's based on the fact it was created out of Polkadot technology, but it's the layer 1 of Polkadot. So as far as I'm concerned, it usurps Polkadot. Just don't, please don't shill your own channels on here is what I would say. That is kind of bannable. Nice stream, brother. First time watch. I've subscribed. Join your Telegram. Thank you, Braveheart. I love it. Any NFT bargains? That is a good question. And I think if I've got the time, 1 minute, 1 hour 9. Let me just have a quick look. See if there's any. See how the NFT sector is looking at the moment. Let's look in the kind of recent past. Moon Runners. What the hell is this? It's Ethereum, anyway. Moon Runners, 0.03. They look crap. Other deed, 2.7. Still holding that floor price. I don't know why anybody's buying at 2.7 Ethereum, even at the lowest. Ethereum name service too well. Any other Sphinx Underground Society? 4.15 Solana. Looks stupid. Where the hell are the OK Bears gone? Have they not even ranked anymore? I haven't looked at the NFTs in a while. Art blocks are great. They're really good. I love art blocks. If you like collecting artwork, art blocks are awesome. Ethereum name service, not very keen on it. It's one of those stupid domain name things. I don't know why it's got such hype. It just irritates me, to be honest. A lot of things in cryptocurrency irritate me, as I'm sure you'll be aware. Fidenzas. No, there doesn't appear to be much in the... How much are the Bored Apes going for? 90 Ethereum's the cheapest, so that translates to what? 99k. Brilliant. That's a junk one anyway, to be honest. Like most of the ones at the 90k region. This one's pretty cool. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the traits. 2%, 2%. 3. So you've got 1, 2, 5 under 10%. That's pretty good. History. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, I like Bored Apes. I would wait till Ethereum's like $300, and then buy a load of Ethereum, and then with that you'll be able to get a Bored Ape, a CryptoPunk, and have a shitload of Ethereum in change. So that's my plan anyway. I'm not buying any NFTs right now. Don't see the point. Right, okay, hold on. I'm just gonna... Hey, Suppo, I'm finding trouble finding a wallet to keep my Ethereum, my Cadena on. Oh, I haven't added it yet. Mine's sitting on an exchange, if I'm honest with you. But I haven't bought enough Cadena at this point. I haven't bought any Cadena at this point. I'm still waiting. Cadena is like... I won't buy any Cadena until it starts to approach the $1.30 area. And we're still ages off that. Right, okay, I think that is it. Suppo, do you think Glen will go down 25 cents? Yeah, I do. Okay. Right, okay. So... Thank you very much for joining, people. I appreciated your attendance today, and I hope that I gave you A, a good coin, and at the very least, B, a good rationale as to why I chose that coin, and what rationale you can use moving forward. I think we've still got a long, long way to go before we have any sort of bottoming event. You've got lots of people right now on crypto Twitter saying, we're at bottom, they're flipping idiots, right? No one really knows what they're talking about. You know, if they're saying it's a bottom now. You know, we haven't even had the miner capitulation yet. We haven't had the miners, you know, being margin called yet. There's so much more to go. So many more narratives to play out. And, yeah, it's just a case of patience and looking at getting some fantastic dollar cost average opportunities into strong coins that come the next bull run. It's just going to be a case of I'm hodling. And even if a bear market comes, you can still hodl it because it's not going to go away after the bear market has done its damage, and it will still be there later. So people, love you lots. You've been brilliant, and I've been the Suppoman. It is lights out.